The 24th module in the 8th week content would deal with 3 methods of pedagogical practice. However, this video would deal with the 7th method of the instructional practice, namely encouraging and praising, and the approaches of its effective implementation in an ECE setting. At the end of this video, you will be able to define encouraging and praising as a teaching pedagogy, comprehend the difference between encouragement and praise, infer the role of educator in encouraging and praising, and identify effective strategies to model behavior among children in an ECE setting through encouragement and praising. Now let us see into the definitions of encouragement and praising as a teaching pedagogy. Encouragement. It's a process of providing positive verbal or non-verbal attention to the child, thereby enhancing the child's self-esteem. Encouragement can be conveyed through pats and high fives. And then what is praising? It is the positive attention that a facilitator or an educator can give a child, which in turn indicates to the child that he or she is noticed by the educator. Now we should understand why encouraging and praising to be used as a teaching pedagogy. Both encouraging and praising are considered to be alternate ways to make children learn more humanly. Some 3 decades ago, it was assumed that praise and encouragement as a teaching practice or parenting mode would spoil the children, whereas criticism and disapproval may strengthen a child's positive character. However, observations and researchers had concluded that criticism mode of teaching or parenting had imprisoned the creative energy of the child and damaged their self-esteem. But today, encouragement and praise is the most essential and powerful form of communication that could be effectively used to make the child stay engaged, demonstrate desired behaviors, help children to master skills, assist children to complete tasks, support children to solve complex problems. Upon all of these uses, praise and encouragement are said to be a tool of self-esteem building. It is a well-known fact that self-esteem is a root of excellent performance and strong character. Hence, praise and encouragement as a teaching pedagogy undoubtedly would help children learn to his maximum and grow as productive and enjoyable citizens. Though the term encouragement and praise sounds to be synonyms, the outcome of each of these as a teaching pedagogy is different. Praise as a practice in teaching fulfills 3 needs of a child, thereby boosting self-esteem of a child. The 3 needs or requirements are recognition, acceptance, and approval. Whereas encouragement as an instructional practice is used to support children in attempting new or difficult tasks or situations, helping children to continue with the task, assisting the child in learning new skills, and developing positive dispositions, namely respect, cooperation among the child. Encouragement and praise as a teaching pedagogy to be applied by a facilitator in an ECE setting would be useful if the encouraging and praising words used by her are non-judgmental. Non-judgmental encouragement or praise can be achieved through reflective listening. So what is reflective listening? Reflective listening is also called as genuine encouragement or praise. The comments used while using reflective listening clearly explains a child of how and what his behavior looks like irrespective of the level of performance. When the facilitator's observation are based on reflective listening, the child feels that his behavior and the sense of self gets validated. Reflective listening is a way of responding to the other person by reflecting his thoughts and feelings that were heard in his or her own words, tone of voice, body posture, and gesture. It is a step ahead of regular listening. It's a kind of checking out the process through which the listener checks out his or her understanding with that of what the speaker is trying to say. For a reflective listening to be active, the listener must understand the communication at both the content aspect as well as the teaching level. The reflective listening statement typically begins with you or I and a description of what the facilitator saw in the child in action. For example, after observing a 4-year-old child named Meera helping the assistant during the snack session, the facilitator's reflective comments can be either, I saw you giving napkin to all your friends, Meera. I appreciate your help. Or it can be, you did the right thing of giving the napkins to all your friends, Meera. Good, keep it up. So now let us understand what are the benefits of reflective listening. Reflective listening used in an ECE setting, the child, the speaker and the facilitator, the listener has several advantages. Let us see those in detail. Now first let us see the benefits for the children. Reflective listening helps the child know what she is heard, understood, cared and supported. This in turn empowers the child. The second benefit is that reflective listening helps the child to vent out feelings and sort out issues. Moreover, the child will be able to deal effectively with emotions. And the third benefit of reflective listening is that it permits a child who is hurt to move on to the deeper levels of expression. Hence, the real cause of disturbance gets revealed. And the most important benefit is that it helps a child to think and articulate more clearly. Thereby, the communication skill gets enhanced. At the same time, it benefits the facilitator too. Let us see what are those benefits. Reflective listening checks the facilitator's accuracy in understanding what the child says. Thus, the illusion of understanding is avoided. And it prevents the mental vacation in which the facilitator becomes inattentive during a conversation. And it also helps the facilitator to solve the child's actual problem. Moreover, the facilitator is helped to clarify what she is expected to do. Now, time is for looking into the effective ways of encouraging or praising. The following illustration would help you understand 4 crucial as well as practical ways of encouraging or praising children in an ECE setting. The first strategy is name the behavior to be reinforced. Example would be, Sarah, you kept the book back in its shelf after you finished. Now that Siren can read. The second is, focus on specific attributes of the child's work rather than on the whole in general. For example, the teacher can say, the blue color you have used to color peacock looks so beautiful. And the third strategy is emphasize the process but not the product. An example can be a facilitator saying to a child, your building blocks stand tall. Show me how you did it. The fourth strategy is help children appreciate and please themselves. An example for this can be, I know you're very happy in helping your friend Raini. Good. However, by looking into the strategy and the examples of how encouragement and praising can be given in an ECE setting, there is a word of caution for you. Though praising children is effective behavior improvement technique, the facilitator should be cautious enough in using too much of it. As children become so dependent on encouragement and praise and start expecting for even a very small activity that they do. At the same time, do not reduce the employment of praising as a teaching practice when needed. Now to conclude, application of encouraging and praising follows a simple rule of psychology which the child recognizes the attention provided and feel motivated. The adults, in turn, should use to their advantage in such a way that the positive behavior is reinforced. Thank you. Hoping to meet you in the next video.